2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineup.
At 7 feet, number 33,
We'll be right back with more.
James Wiseman.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Well, Cole Anthony has made a name for himself when it comes to hitting cold-blooded game winners. He said, I do this, man. I was bred for this. I'm not the type to go hide. I live for these ending moments in games. Crunch time, that's my time. Guys?
Just like his dad right next to me. David, thank you very much. Now the starting group for Orlando. We've got Markelle Fultz. He's out there with Suggs. Carter out there with Isaac. And it's Okeke in at the four-man position. And for the Warriors. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at four. Wiseman's out there with Wiggins. And the Magic start out with the ball. Thompson against Fultz. Over Thompson. No good off the back of the rim. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors.
You know, the first overall pick of the 2017 draft, Markelle Fultz, really struggled with Philadelphia. He only played 33 games over his first two seasons in the city of brotherly love.
Now Isaac after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Isaac left side. Pass to Okeke. 4 on the shot clock. Fultz, no good. And talking about Fultz, that February 2019 trade sending him Clark to Orlando
James Wiseman.
I agree with you, Kevin.
From
It was
Klay
good to see him get
Thompson.
a fresh start. He actually played in 72 of 73 games that season for the Magic and averaged 12 points and 5 assists. Best of all, he looked like he was enjoying basketball, and that was a great sight to see.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Yep, it counts.
Jalen
That's a
Suggs.
good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Outside Curry. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the way.
Stephen
It's a nice
Curry.
shot. Steph Curry doesn't have a feel for floaters, runners, whatever. The tougher, the better.
Now, here's Suggs. To the middle. Shoots a fader, and good, and it takes a
Assist
nice bounce
from
off the right iron and
Markelle
down.
Fultz.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Count it.
Klay Thompson. From Stephen Curry.
To this area and converting with consistency.
Now, here's Suggs. Sweet little floater.
Jalen
How
Suggs.
about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Jalen
And the
Suggs.
whistle blows. It's going
That's
to be
his
on
first
Jalen
personal
Suggs.
foul.
That is his
First team
first foul
foul.
of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Off the inbound pass, and Wiggins gets it to go on the assist
Andrew
by Green.
Wiggins.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Isaac against Wiggins. From 13, it doesn't go for him. The Warriors go the other way with it. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Carter. Orlando trailing here. Isaac outside. Out of bounds.
Out of
Golden State takes
bounds.
possession.
Warriors
On
basketball.
the change here. Harris is
In
checked
for the Magic, Gary Harris.
Outside Curry. Here's Wiggins. And contact
Orlando
on the
foul.
shot, so he'll be
Gary
shooting free throws
Harris.
here.
That's his first
It's
personal
interesting.
foul.
Some people say
Second
Wiggins
team
should
foul.
play meaner, but to me, the most important thing is that he
At the line for the
his overall
Warriors.
game every year.
Andrew
Warriors shooting their
Wiggins.
initial free throws
At the
in the game
line
right
for
here.
2.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Bielitsa, he checks in for the Warriors. Lopez, he's checked in for Orlando. Ross comes in for Fultz. And both free throws good for Wiggins. The Magic trail by 4. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Isaac.
Golden
and
State
on
foul.
the shot, so he'll
Nemanja
get a chance at the
Bjelica.
line.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Enjoyed watching the growth of Jonathan Isaac.
Shooting for
Guy in the
Orlando.
league, everyone knew
Jonathan
he could be a
Isaac.
shot blocker,
Taking
but he
2
does
shots.
so much more defensively.
It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. You know, Greg, you got to agree the defense isn't the only area where Jonathan Isaac has improved.
And no question, Kevin, his offense has developed as well. He's becoming a more confident scorer, steadily increasing his output on that end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Wiseman. Iguodala comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Moody's subbed in for Thompson.
And, you know, right now, for me, it's all about confidence as it relates to Isaac. I mean, this guy has the tools to be special. I think he just needs to be more consistent.
Curry gets the bucket.
Looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here is Harris. Here's Lopez. Rebound by Iguodala.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2
It
minutes.
is good.
and their
Come
offense
on,
already in a
Looney.
flow. Some
From
stellar
Moses
shooting
Moody.
to come out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac.
And Isaac throws it
Assistant,
down.
And,
Cole
you know, Isaac
Anthony.
is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them. And he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
Here's Moody. That falls. Nice
Moses
feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now here's Anthony. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Warriors
and
foul.
the call on the
Nemanja
shot
Bjelica.
puts into the line.
That's his second
Looking
personal
back at Jonathan
foul.
Isaac's
Second
third
team
year in
foul.
the league, I mean, the forward made huge strides with the Magic.
At the line for the Magic,
19-20. I mean, he
Jonathan
set career
Isaac.
highs in just
2
about
shots.
every category.
And Clark for Isaac, just when he had put everything together. Disaster struck in the 2020 bubble.
Kevin, that was heart-wrenching to see that happen to Jonathan Isaac. Tore his ACL in August of 2020. A terrible injury for a young man who was really starting to grow into his role. But the good news now is he's back out there tonight, and it's great to see him on the court.
The first one falls. Kuminga's come in for Bielitsa. And both free throws good for Isaac. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. To the inside. Here's Looney, and he throws it down the board with one hand.
I'll tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous player. His ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
Now here's Anthony. Passes it to Ross. From about 16, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Kuminga the pass to Iguodala. Here's Looney. Lopez covering. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Now the pass to Moody. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Curry. The 3. Hands it from downtown. Curry's got 7 points.
He's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Ross with it. Lets it go with the 3. That one's not going to go. And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
And the NBA shifting the rules. We're seeing record-setting scoring, but Clark, some think the officiating has shifted too far in the offense's favor.
From Stephen
I can certainly
Curry.
understand that sentiment, Kevin. It has created a circumstance where the offense does have the upper hand. That's always been the case, but it's tilted more so that way. But I think it's good for the game. Basketball, it is a contact game, but it's not a wrestling match. So I don't have a problem with the way the game is officiated. As it is right now.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the Magic, they got Terrence Ross. Wagner is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Harris. And it's Anthony in at the 1. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. It's ironic that while the league took refuge in Orlando to complete the 2020 season, the Magic has had no reprieve from the rash of injuries that affected its top young players the last few years. This team is well coached and plays hard. Hopefully their fortunes will change when it comes to health. Guys?
All right, David, thank you. Now Harris, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Pause on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Down low, Lopez. The Warriors pull it in. Iguodala up top. He's guarded by Ross. Shots good by Iguodala.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And now the first time out called here for the Magic.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed.
Who wants a green t-shirt? I can't hear you. Make some noise!
checked in for Kevon Looney. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Kuminga. And it's Klay Thompson in for Moody. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Lopez. Okeke comes in for Terrence Ross. Fultz, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And it's Suggs in for Anthony. It's stolen by Fultz. Pass to Suggs. Now here is Carter. Knocks it loose and stolen by Wiggins. Inside, here's Thompson. Good work defensively by Carter.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
And something we've seen the last few years, boxing
James
ones thrown at
Wiseman.
Curry, although they've had
From
mixed
Stephen
success.
Curry.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Carter, the pass to Wagner. He kicks it to Fultz. 4 on the clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Another miss by Orlando. And amazing to even consider using a boxing one in the NBA, isn't it great? But Curry does that with his offense to the chance of
It did work well in the 2019 finals. Curry is
Orlando
starting to
calls
adjust
timeout.
to that look. Much harder to use when Curry has other options on offense.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And they just
Look
can't
who's
see
coming out onto the court. Get up on your feet and welcome your Warriors. 10
Plays
team.
that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Is checked in. Isaac's checked in for the Magic. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Pass to Carter. Back to Isaac. Magic moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Here's Suggs. No good, unable to end this run.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
On the wing, Wiggins. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Orlando takes possession.
Magic ball.
The Magic trail by 18.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2
Looking
minutes.
around. Another miss by Orlando.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
You just can't teach size and length, and Wiseman beats everyone to the ball for that second chance opportunity.
We've got 1:28 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Okeke, guarded by Green. He had a nice open look
Jonathan
right there.
Isaac.
Isaac's got 9 points.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
And here's Thompson after Jonathan Isaac hitting the three. Just 4 to shoot. It's Bielitsa. Good. And it's Green picking up the assist. And the Warriors lead by 19.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Passes to Suggs. Carter dishes to Suggs. To the wing right side. Here's Fultz. That three off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now Wiggins, after Markelle Fultz missed from long range. Over Suggs. Misses off the right iron. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Warriors ahead as they end the second quarter on a 15-3 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. Some great engagement defensively. What's happening that's good at that end of the floor?
I think they're just playing hard, rotating, playing for each other, and I think they've done a better job of avoiding fouls and just playing through.
Steve, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, how'd you see it?
They're getting into the lane whenever they want, getting some high percentage looks. I don't see the coaching staff switching up too much. Keep it simple. Force your opponent to adapt to you.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
They really need to focus on finding quality shots. If they can't create for themselves in the second half, things will only get worse. And I'm talking about the high percentage looks, not contested threes.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
The big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Curry has been sensational.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay, guards with Draymond at 4. Wiggins is out there with James Wiseman, so that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Suggs, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Carter finds Isaac. To the left side wing. Here's Fultz. The pass to Suggs. And it's off from three-point range.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now, here's Suggs. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Green gets to Wiggins. And the layup's good off the glass.
Andrew
Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Has got 6.
Adding layers to his game over time. The more Wiggins looks to score inside, the more versatile he'll become.
Here's Suggs. He dishes it to Fultz. Carter at the elbow. It's rebounded by Curry.
And out of the gates here this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And Wendell Carter Jr., not the biggest center, Greg, listed at 6'10". That motion forward would have him for
3.
He's like a 7-footer. Got that 7'4" wingspan and great head on his shoulders that levels the playing field with his height.
And here's Fultz. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. They need this. And it's laid in by Fultz.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Thompson outside. Pass to Wiggins. They double-team Curry. Here's Green. Here's Wiseman. It's hauled in by the Magic. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Suggs with the ball. Curry meets him. And it's Carter missing.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And it's Green with the
Staying alert and aware when he sees his man flash
From Andrew Wiggins.
Passes right on the money.
Now a timeout called by
Magic.
Orlando.
It's time for T-shirts.
Kevon Looney is checked in for Wiseman. Iguodala comes in for Green. Kuminga's come in for Wiggins. Moody's subbed in for Klay Thompson. Orlando also making some changes. Wagner's checked in for Okiki. Gary Harris comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Hampton for Fultz. Now, here's Wagner. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Harris passes to Suggs. Over Iguodala. The Magic again can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mild.
Andre Iguodala.
It's clear that
From Stephen Curry.
Give him room to take off, and he's going to finish with authority.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Suggs dishes to Hampton. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Wagner with it. Looney on him. He can't get that one to fall. And here's Golden State. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Kuminga kicks to Curry. Over Harris. Curry can't get it to go.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Here's Hampton. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Looney's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Kuminga. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Hampton. And it's Looney with the rebound. Here's the Warriors with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's Iguodala. A second chance effort. The shot by Looney, no good. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Orlando. And 2 free
Golden
throws
State
coming up,
foul.
unable to get that one to
Moses
go with all
Moody.
the contact.
That's
It
his
goes
first
on
personal
Moses
foul. First team foul. At the
And
line
some
for the
stats,
Magic,
guys, the scoring
R.J.
breakdown for the
Hampton.
Warriors.
At the
Guys,
line
the
for
passing
2.
we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Bjelica, he checks in for the Warriors. Orlando also making some changes. Robin Lopez has checked in for Carter. Terrence Ross comes in for Gary Harris. And Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Good on the second free throw. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Anthony against Curry. Pass to Bjelica. Back to Curry. Over Anthony. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Warriors the rebound. Looney. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Looney's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Anthony down low. Looney on him. Lopez kicks to Ross. Off target with his 3. Here's Curry. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. 14 points for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. They've got Mohamed Bamba. Terrence Ross is out there with Anthony. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Now, Poole. Lee outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Moody. Rebounded by Anthony.
You know, the fact is, he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
To the paint. And another shot. Bjelica misses. Magic shooting only 21% from the field so far. To the inside. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist from Ross.
Goes to Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Passes it to Looney. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
From Damian Lee.
Adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And here's Anthony from the arc. That shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Right wing. Back to Poole. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Looney. Kicks it to Lee. This one for 3. Can't hit that one. For Orlando, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. The shot by Anthony, no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
the triple. And the foul
Warriors
called
foul.
on Kevon Looney.
Kevon Looney.
That's his
That's
first
his
foul.
first personal
Let's
foul.
take another look at the staunch defense during that Mobile One block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
In for the Magic.
Changes here for the Warriors. James Wiseman, he's checked in for Looney. And Toscano Anderson subbed in for Bielitsa. And a change for the Magic. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Lopez outside. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. No good on that one. Poole with it. Driving in. And Bamba pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Up top, Carter-Williams. He kicks it to Ross. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Now, here's Poole. Lopez covering. Back to Poole. He against Carter-Williams. The Warriors keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Count the basket.
And
Wiseman.
just wait until Wiseman has time to develop his moves, which are still somewhat raw at this stage.
Ball's knocked loose. And it's the Warriors on the break. A nice shot by Moody.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
That really
2
has been a
minutes.
difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Anthony. Second shot opportunity. And the nice bucket
Robin
inside
Lopez.
for Lopez. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Wiseman with the ball. Lopez is there. Now Wiseman. Good D by Lopez.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating
Michael
performance
Carter-Williams.
for the Warriors.
The assist.
You don't see
Terrence
this kind
Ross.
of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it. It showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category. And what a huge standout performance it was.
For Stephen Curry.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept
Moses
running to
Moody.
the open spot. And
That's his second personal
time and
foul.
time again. Yeah,
First
that's a tough
team
call
foul.
right there, and really a
In for
tough
the Magic.
break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Kuminga's come in for Moody. The Magic also changing it up. Wagner's checked in for Ross. And it's Hampton for Cole Anthony. 1:09 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Wagner. Carter-Williams feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bamba. Warriors with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And here is Poole. There's the drive. And that one is hammered home.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
High post Lopez. Back to Carter-Williams. Over to the wing. Here's Hampton. Drains the three-pointer.
R.J. Hampton.
Outstanding passing there by Carter-Williams. An excellent ball handler and really good instincts, too.
Now here's Lee. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Andre. A lot of great offensive players on this team. How does it all come together to have a night like tonight?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So as long as we play defense, get stops, rebounding was most important tonight. You know, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We were able to do that and get out on a break.
And you made the most of it when you had those opportunities, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.